6.5 Creedmoor, 450 yards. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Logan with West Desert Shooter. We are just getting lined up right now with my 450 yard target, and we're going to see how my hand loads for this Proof Research 6.5 Creedmoor barrel in my Uintah Precision UPR-10. We're going to see how they perform out at 450 yards. We're fighting time with the sun being in my face, so we're going to get right to it. So I came up with the load for Barnes 140 grain bullets using H4350. This is the 40.2 grain charge. Getting the parallax set on my Arken SH4 Gen 2. And with my Ballistic AE app, 450 yards should be 2.5 mils. Okay, let's send it, guys. We're gonna shoot a 5-shot group, go down and take a look at it on the steel. Very calm day at the range, so this should be a dead center hold with a dead center hit. Here we go. Okay, we hit the high right shoulder. Let's put a group on it. That's what I'm talking about. So for reference, it's hitting about 0.2 higher than I thought it would be. I'm holding at the top edge of that red dot. I can tell you this already, so far so good with this load. Alright guys, like I mentioned before, the sun is coming and it's going to be in my face here in a second. So instead of going down and measuring those groups, we're actually just going to load these 5 up, which is the 40.8 grain charge. And we're going to send a 5-shot group down here. Now I've adjusted the scope to not only zero the rifle out at this distance, but because these are going a little bit faster, I've compensated for that as well. And then I've actually brought the impact down a 0.5 mil from where it should be. So I'm going to aim at the same spot, but hopefully these bullets will land center plate just low of the red dot. That way it will separate the groups and we can see exactly what's going on. But the sun's coming, we're going to get to it. So the only difference between these two loaded projectiles is going to be the powder charge. We're going to 40.8 grains of H4350. Atlas Development Group brass, Barnes 140 grain bullets, Federal match primers. Let's send it. As I close my bolt every time, it blows a poop of smoke out of my OSS suppressor. Looks awesome. Okay guys, now let's go downrange and take a look at these two groups. Alright guys, real quick, I want to talk about optics. Now, Arken Optics is newer to the market. These guys have come out swinging with just absolutely crazy, ridiculously good price scopes for the feature set that you get. This SH4 Gen 2 that I'm running on top of my Uintah Precision here, this thing is a 6-24, it's illuminated, it's a 34mm main tube, it's a first focal plane with an awesome zero stop that's super easy to use. It has tactical turrets, and let me tell you, these guys guarantee they're tracking within 1%. So if the scope doesn't track, you send it back and they send you one that will, which I've never had to do. Out of the 4 Arkens that I've had, they've all been excellent performers. Now, if you go through my videos and see, I have been running a lot of Arken optics lately, and it's because they're a great value and they work really well. As you can see on this range trip, I had to rely heavily on the fact that my scope would track exactly where I needed it to go. On a situation just like this, where I was in a time crunch, and instead of trying to run back and forth to my target and back before the sun came, I just went ahead and shifted my point of impact, and I knew that my bullet would arrive in the exact place that I told the scope to put it. So these things are incredible values. The days of the SWFA being like this awesome, super rugged scope for the unlimited, unbeatable price, the Arken has replaced that, and you get more features. Like I mentioned, you get the side parallax, you get the illumination, you get the zero stop, all of that good stuff. And right now you can get the 6-24 for $450, or the 4-16, which I really like, for $400. They're in stock right now as of me posting this video. And on top of that, so Arken has a sister company called Outlier. They are now making rifle chassis for common rifle actions. When you purchase an Arken optic, you get a $150 Outlier gift card so that you can get $150 off your purchase. The Outlier forend is around $100 and the stock is around $100. So between the chassis, you basically get your forend and stock for $50 whenever you purchase an Arken optic. So get over there, pick one up, check out the Outlier stuff. You don't pay for it until it ships, and the Outlier chassis looks really awesome. You can use my affiliate link down below, use code WDS, that will give you free shipping on your scope, and on top of getting free shipping, you get that $150 promotion towards Outlier. Go check it out, Arken Optics in stock now, killer deal, be sure to check them out. All right guys, real quick, first thing I did when I showed up to the range today was actually do a zero confirmation. I was aiming at the top of that 5 there, but we did put a 3-shot group together. Let's try and get this tape measure in a decent spot. So 40.2 was the rounds that I shot, and it looks like we went in just under a ½ inch. So it looks like we got 7/16 on this one. So pretty dang awesome with that 40.2 grain charge. Then after all my shooting with the hot barrel, I shot the 40.8 group. Again, 3-shot group. Really impressive performance actually with it being a hot barrel. This one turned out to be 9/16. So 1/8 of an inch bigger with the hot barrel versus the cold bore. These are the first 3 shots out of the gun today, but really good performance here, just under a ½ inch, just over a ½ inch. Definitely can't complain with these 2 loads. This gun certainly seems to like them. Okay guys, here we are at 450 yards. We have my full-size IPSC steel target. 1 MOA at this range would be roughly 4.5 inches. It's gonna be slightly more than that, like 4.6, something like that. So what we're looking for is groups to measure less than 4.5 inches. So 40.2 was the first one up top. My aim point was right here. It was about 2/10 high and just a little bit right. So you can actually see like the real bullet impact here. The paint doesn't splatter evenly. And so I can see it in real life pretty well. So it looks like just over 2.5. So 2 5/8 there. And then the actual impact is right at the tip of my fingernail here. Like I say, it might not translate on camera. Here we go. 2 7/8 is going to be the widest spread on 40.2 grains. Absolutely awesome. So instead of 4.5 inches, which is 1 MOA, which I would be happy with, we are 2 7/8. So pretty dang good. Now, down here, we've got 40.8 grains. These ones are going a little bit faster. I think these are 2667 on average, and these were 2700 on average. The SD on these was a little bit better in my initial testing. So if we look at the vertical spread, looks like our vertical spread, just about 2 1/3 of an inch there. Vertical spread on these guys is a little bit more. So yeah, maybe there is a little bit more of a muzzle spread here. Now, one thing I want to say here is that when I was shooting these 5, the barrel was warm, and I keep getting that disadvantage on the 40.8s. So maybe next time I take these out, I will shoot them first. But if we go from this impact over to here, our largest spread, 4 3/4 inches. So that is just outside an MOA. If we look at the 4-shot group, 3 1/4 and 3 inches. So the 4-shot group wasn't bad. I know that I'll have to review my footage. I think that was my last shot, but one of them I was just starting to get mirage on off my suppressor was on my last shot with 40.8. So we'll review the footage and make sure that was the one. But I think that was maybe it been shot number 4. Anyway, still definitely not bad performance, right around 1 MOA. But I think I prefer the 40.2. It's got better standard deviations in my testing, although 40.8 definitely not a bad choice. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this far. Be sure to check out Uintah Precision. I will link to them down below. They make bolt action AR uppers for AR pattern rifles. They now make their own matching receiver sets with their bolt actions, and they have gas guns coming out. So you're going to be able to buy a Uintah Precision kit where you get a full gas gun plus the bolt action upper to go with it as a pair. If you guys are interested in picking up a proof barrel for one, just call Uintah Precision. They do custom orders. They do custom chambers, twist rates, fluting, all that. Just be sure to give them a call and see what their options are. I think this is pretty good performance for my own shooting. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm really enjoying the proof barrel on my UPR-10. We will see you guys in the next one.